a meeting with the Treasury, and we raised the matter of the additional aid, and they assured us that they'll be giving us funding for those ones as well. And so we are working with them. There's a bit of back and forth. I hope they will unlock that very quickly, because the timelines are sensitive, because election is a time-sensitive event. We have a total of 24 by-elections. The ones that are funded are 16. And the total budget for that by-election, those 16 by-elections, 788 million. For the 8 remaining ones that have not been funded, amounts to 258 million. So in terms of total cost, we are looking at 1,046 million for the purpose of by-elections. We are targeting about 6.3 million new voters, 70% of whom will be young people.
Now let's talk matters. Education and learning in public universities across Kenya have been severely disrupted after lecturers launched a nationwide strike on Wednesday. Now the industrial action involves lecturers from 42 public universities who have downed their tools despite a government pledge to release 2.5 billion Kenya shillings to address their grievances. Speaking to the press, unions officials representing the lecturers said they will not resume work until their full payments, as agreed with the government, are made. Now the lecturers are demanding the full implementation of the collective bargaining agreement, that is the CBA, and have urged the government to implement that fully.
The reason why we have launched this strike is because the government has failed to pay us 2.73 billion. The only thing I got yesterday was a letter. Dons do not eat letters.
On 23rd of November, with an agreement over 3 phase payment. They lived up to phase 1. Phase 2 was supposed to be paid from the 1st of July. Yet again, the government has reneged. We as workers have been patient. This is going to be the 3rd month.
If that money is not paid, hawa wafanyikazi hawarudi wapi? Hawarudi. Then we have another cycle that has already taken off. The life of that cycle has started. The 2025-2029 CBA. This CBA, its life began on 1st of July 2025. It is yet to be negotiated, not even a comma. We gave our proposals years back. We called them to come on the table, let's engage. They have never given us any counter offer. They have never shown any interest at all. So what are we supposed to do? Strike. We must strike until the deal is sealed.
Right, at the same time, the Technical University of Mombasa was plunged into a paralysis on Wednesday after staff launched an indefinite strike, protesting the government's alleged failure to honor key labor agreements. Now, in a joint statement, the university's academic staff union, that is UASU, the Kenya University's staff union, that is KUSU, and the Kenya Union of Domestic Hotels, Educational Institutions, Hospitals, and Allied Workers, that is KUDEIHA, said industrial action was no longer avoidable after months of unheeded appeals to stalled negotiations. Now, union representatives led by UASU Secretary Professor Josiah Odalo, KUSU Mombasa Chapter Secretary General, that is John Ogwano, and KUSU Treasurer Mwanamvua Abdallah accused the government of failing to release 2.73 billion Kenya shillings earmarked for the first implementation of the 2021-2025 collective bargaining agreement in the 2025-2026 financial year.
According to the failure by the government to honor our agreements we had with them last year and the powers bestowed upon us as Chapter Secretaries, today we have launched the two-chapter strike, and this basically revolves on 3 issues. First and foremost, if you remember quite well, last year we did sign a CBA which was supposed to be implemented in 2 phases. It was a national CBA for 2021-2025. We, as the unions, we did agree that the 2 phases would be implemented in July 2025-2026 and also July 2026-2027. To date, the government has not honored to remit 2.72 billion to all the universities. As a chapter, as a branch, TUM is supposed to get 57 million of that money. That money has not been wired to the universities, and that's why we're here striking. Secondly, for 5 years, we have been caught. In 2017-2021, we won a CBA which was registered by the government. The government failed to run that CBA, and they took us to court for 5 years. In March 28th this year, the Court of Appeal did rule that the universities have to be paid their monies as per the CBA. To that regard, we are demanding 8.8 billion from the national government. That money has not been released, and no one is talking about it.
Wakati tulipokuwa tunatia sahihi ya hii CBA ya mwaka 2021-2025, kulikuwa na makubaliano kuwa ifikapo Julai mwaka huu CBA ya sako ya mwaka 2025-29 itaanzishwa na ikamilishwe kabla mwaka ya serikali kukamilika. Mpaka leo tulipeana yetu, waende waangalie, alafu waseme ni nini wanaweza tupatia. Mpaka leo hawajaregesha. Na yetu tulipeana tangu mwezi wa 3. Leo tuko mwezi wa 9. Sio ni kutuchezea shere.
Tuko hapa kudai hela zetu ambazo zimesalia kwa mikataba miwili, ile 2017 na 21 na 2021 mpaka 25. Hiyo mikataba miwili. Pesa walileta nusu nusu. Mkataba wa kwanza walitupeleka kotini na Mungu amejalia tumeshinda. Na hii imekuwa ndio hali ya serikali, hawasikii lugha yoyote. Mpaka watu waimbe, waache kufanya kazi, na sisi tuko tayari. Tutawapatia kile wanachotaka.
Right now, from matters education paralysis in the universities, we move on to Machakos County, and Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti has applauded 3 county departments for their exemplary performance during the 2024-2025 financial year, urging them to maintain their momentum and strive for even greater achievements. Speaking during the release of their annual departmental performance report, Governor Wavinya named the Department of Agriculture, Food Security, Cooperative and Livestock Development, and the Department of Finance, Revenue, Economic Planning, and ICT, and the Department of Lands, Urban Planning, and Energy as the top performance, ranking first, second, and third, respectively.
Today, therefore, I officially launch the digitization of performance contracting in the county government of Machakos. This is not only a simple technology upgrade, it is a statement of intent that from today forward, our performance system will be transparent, accessible, and data-driven. Going forward, I direct that all departments adopt this modern model of performance, contracting, and appraisal. Why digitization? Because a digital platform allows real-time tracking, minimizes manipulation, and gives citizens and oversight bodies a clear window into how we are doing our things. For example, if EBC wants to know what Machakos is doing, they can get into our system, isn't it? And see it there. If all the other, the CID, everybody can get into the system and see what we are doing. This is the path on which we have no choice but to walk. It is the route of accountability to the public whose resources we hold in trust. This is not optional. We are custodians and not owners of the resources. We are just custodians and not the owners of the resources. We must steward what has been entrusted to us with integrity and resource. Nobody can build Machakos for us. We have to do it ourselves. If we are really waiting for somebody to come out and even streamline their systems in Machakos, nobody will ever do it. Other counties will come, do it and pass us, and we'll be left behind there. We have to be committed citizens of Machakos County and of Kenya.
Right now, let's talk matters. Healthcare in Siaya County is facing growing unrest after 308 recently terminated health workers called on the county assembly to open an inquiry into their dismissal, which they claim was unlawful. Now, speaking to the press, the group's representatives, that is Nick Ongoro, said the workers were irregularly removed from their positions by the Siaya County Public Service Board. Ongoro accused the county of acting unfairly and demanded Governor James Orengo personally intervene to resolve the crisis.
The Siaya County Public Board legally recruited 382 health workers, promising them legitimate jobs in our health facilities. We demand oversight by the county assembly. The county government must absorb the affected 382 health workers in the payroll and pay them all 9 months' salary arrears within 30 days. All relevant authorities 24 hours to respond positively to these demands. Failure to do so will leave us with no choice but to embark on a series of peaceful but firm demonstrations.
You want to tell he's also been a ghost worker ever since. So maybe the county government, please, Mr. Bob Orengo, you are a human person, you are the activist there. We want to honor your legacy. Can you come up and intervene in this our case? I know you've been silenced and we want to hear from you now. Because you have been serving your county, you have been serving your people with a lot of diligence. I really don't get it. Our demands are so few, actually 3. Arrears, be confirmed in the system, to do our work.
The people of Siaya rely on the assembly to restore integrity within the CPSB and Department of Health to ensure the uninterrupted delivery of health services in all wards across the country. Our last point, filing of petition before the governor. A separate petition was submitted to the governor of Siaya, setting out the grievances of the dismissed workers, their demands, and the broader negativity implications of the unlawful decision on the health sector and the lives of the ordinary citizen. Call of action. We respectfully call upon the County Assembly of Siaya to treat this petition as a matter of urgency, to act decisively and to uphold its constitutional oversight mandate. The governor of Siaya County to immediately reinstate the 382 healthcare workers, issue a public apology to the people of Siaya, and take corrective measures to safeguard the rights and welfare of workers in the future.
Right, still on matters healthcare, Health Cabinet Secretary, that is Eden Duale, has admitted that Kenya is facing a shortage of doctors, a challenge he says the government is determined to address. Now speaking in Nairobi during the launch of vehicles meant to transport Kenya Medical Training College students, that is the KMTC students, for fieldwork, CS Duale said the government is committed to hiring more lecturers and medical trainers to boost the health sector capacity. He noted that they are increasing the number of medical trainers will ensure the country produces enough doctors to meet national demand and improve service delivery in hospitals across the country.
To provide quality of training that meets global standards, it requires that students are available at various practical sites. Students go to community setups. Students go for community diagnosis. Students go to clinical areas, including wards.
We will continue strengthening KMTC by modernizing the infrastructure, by recruiting more lecturers, to improve the staff to student ratio, and by equipping our campuses to meet today's healthcare needs. These investments are crucial as they confront the rising non-communicable diseases, while also battling infectious disease like tuberculosis and malaria, and being very proactive for the future health challenges.
All right, it is exactly 14 minutes past the top of the hour. We're due for a short breather here on EBN Prime Edition, but we'll be back with much more. Killed and 4 others injured on Tuesday night after a lorry veered off the road and plunged into pedestrians along the Kericho-Kisumu highway. And according to eyewitnesses, the incident occurred at around 10 p.m. when the lorry, which was transporting scrap metal from Nairobi to Kisumu, lost control and veered off the road, hitting pedestrians walking along the roadside. Local residents rushed to the scene to rescue the injured and alert authorities. Now the victims were taken to nearby hospitals for treatment, while the bodies of the deceased were moved to the Kericho County Referral Hospital Macharia.
Hii ajali ilikuwa saa 4:30 hivi, saa 4. Lori ikitoka huko sehemu za Nairobi kiteremuka Kisumu. Na hii lori ilikuwa imebeba scrap. Sasa hii lori kama imekatika brake ikapiga on ikaua mama ingine kwa hapo stage, ikakuja kafyeka hao watu wa bodaboda na mwalimu mmoja. Usalama ya barabara sio mzuri. Mimi najaribu kuongea tu madriver, ukipata kama brake imekatika, hebu jaribu kutetea badala ya kuua watu.
Hiyo lori ilianza huko kupoteza brake mpaka hapa ikaangusha watu karibu 10. Alafu sasa tulipika mayowe hapa kuanzia saa 4 mpaka saa 5. Polisi wakuji, na kama ingekuwa vitu ya pombe, vitu ya njiani yenye imepotea ama mafuta, kama siku ile walishika watu wa mafuta huko juu, lakini hatukuona. Baadaye OCS anakuja, tukamwambia yeye hatutaki wewe. Tangu saa ngapi vile mlikuja hapa mkaenda, hamkukuja hata. Sasa hivi tuko na uchungu sana. Kwanza director, hii shule yetu ya hekima tumepoteza kabisa heshima.
Hii lori ilikuwa inabeba nini?
Ilikuwa inabeba sakarafu. Hata hiyo lori ilikuwa sakarafu kama hiyo sakarafu.
Kwanza kabisa ni kupeana pole zangu kwa niaba ya watu wa pikipiki. La pili ni sisi watu wa pikipiki tumetumika for a very long time. Itakuwa ni kila wakati ya siasa ndio tunakuja kutafuta hapa na viongozi. Lakini wakati mambo iko sawa hakuna mtu anatafuta. Kama jana ni matochi zilikuwa zinatumika hapa. Asante kwa speaker wa county Kiptemor na mheshimiwa Matthew. Hao ndio walikuwa viongozi wa kwanza kufika hapa. Mataa zenye zinafaa kuwa zinawaka ni hizi, lakini ilikuwa ni matochi za watu. So kile kitu mimi ningependa kuomba, ni aibu sana hata MCA wetu hajafika hata hapa kukuja hata kusema poleni kunaendelea aje. Jambo la pili, soko ndio inaendelea, watu wa county wako hapa wanakata taxes zao, ndiye tuko na shida kwa barabara. So vitu zingine ni kama ni kicheko. Na mheshimiwa ameamulia akaenda kwa wale wenye inajulikana kuwa waliaga. Sisi watu wa pikipiki, watu wa chini, hakuna mtu amekuja kutuambia pole. So hatuonekani. So mimi nataka kuambia hao viongozi, asubuhi saa hizi jua ikiwaka, sisi tutakaa na wale viongozi wanakaa na sisi. Haitakuwa ni sisi watu wa pikipiki mnakuja hapa kutupatia pesa yenu venye mnafikiria tuwazungushe. This time hamna bahati, hatutazunguka venye mnafikiria. Hakuna kiongozi amekuja hapa apart from wale wawili tulikuwa nao jana usiku.
Right, quite an unfortunate story right there. And of course, our condolences to the family and friends. Moving on, President William Ruto, accompanied by his deputy, Professor Kithure Kindiki, has called on the coast residents to ignore opposition criticism, saying it lacks direction and does not offer solutions to the country's challenges. And speaking during a development tour of Mombasa County, President William Ruto assured residents that his track record of delivering on key projects will secure him a second term in office during the 2027 general elections. Now, during the visit, the head of state officially launched the Mombasa passenger rail service and inspected the Nyali affordable housing project.
Ndio sababu tumeungana, tunaelewana? Ndio tumeunganisha tukawa na serikali ya broad-based ambayo inawajumuisha Wakenya wote, kwa sababu ya muhimu, sio mashindano ya kisiasa, sio malumbano ya kisiasa, sio mambo ya mirengo. Ya muhimu ni vile tutabadilisha Kenya, tuondoe umaskini, tuzalishe chakula ya kutosha, tufukuze njaa, tuzalishe nafasi za ajira wa vijana wetu wa Kenya, tuzalishe uchumi Kenya, tuondoe umaskini, tuwe na utajiri, Kenya iweze kusonga mbele.
Mheshimiwa Rais, umetusaidia tuwe na taifa moja. We are grateful for helping Kenya to be a united country under God, one nation, one people, and our ethnicities, our religions, should not defeat the project of creating a united Kenya, na hiyo ndio inafanya hawa wananchi waseme tu tamu, ama namna gani?
Now, President William Ruto's daughter, Charlene Ruto, has called for increased investment in young people, saying it is the surest path to achieving lasting and positive change in the society. Speaking on Wednesday during the official reopening of the newly revamped Badala Comprehensive School in Mombasa, Charlene encouraged young people to take advantage of the opportunities presented by Kenya's new education system to turn their dreams into reality and contribute to the nation building. Now, Lisa Mutinda files the story.
President William Ruto's daughter Charlene Ruto has called for greater investment in young people, saying empowering the youth is the surest way to achieve lasting positive change in the society. Speaking in Mombasa during the official reopening of the newly revamped Bandala Comprehensive School, Charlene described the youth as the engines that make the world tick today and for the years to come.
We believe for there to be fundamental change in our society, we have to begin investing in the young people from an earlier age, even before the age of 18 years old. So we keep saying in our circles that young people are not just the future, they are the present. You're very blessed and lucky that you had the...
Charlene lauded the school's state-of-art facilities, terming them as a sign of hope for the nation's future. She pledged further support, promising help build a library.
On your newly renovated school, to congratulate the teachers, the community leaders who have participated in this. Thank you for caring for the future of our young people.
Tunajaribu ku-upgrade wing ya library vile Madam Charlene Ruto ametupromise atatutengezea, na tunamshukuru yeye kukuja kufanya opening ya hiyo shule.
The Badala Comprehensive School, started in 2003, currently has more than 300 learners and 40 teachers. It is run by a Muslim Badala Jamaat community, whose new chairman, Imtiaz Sayani, has pledged to strengthen education and service initiatives.
This school is not just a building, it is a foundation for the brighter future, and today, with your blessing, we begin this is the journey.
Since assuming leadership 2 months ago, Sayani has overseen the establishment of the Muslim Badala Jamaat College for the students who miss out on universities, and also purchased a new bus for the school.
Badala Comprehensive School, we believe that education is the greatest gift we can give to the future generation. Your visit reminds us that we are not alone in this mission. We have leaders and partners who work with us, encourage us, and challenge us to achieve even greater heights. To our students, I urge you to see this moment as a lesson beyond the classroom. Greatness is not achieved overnight.
Lisa Mutinda reporting for EBN TV.
All right, thank you, Lisa Mutinda, for that particular report. Moving on, Kenya and Uganda are in the final stages of concluding a bilateral agreement aimed at resolving the ongoing Lake Victoria border dispute that has seen Kenya fishermen frequently arrested and their fishing gear confiscated. Interior Cabinet Secretary, that is Kipchumba Murkomen, made the announcement while responding to complaints from fishermen over harassments by Ugandan security officers patrolling the lake in the Western and Nyanza regions. Speaking during the session of Jukwaa la Usalama, CS Murkomen assured the fishing community that the agreement, which has recently signed, will be fully implemented soon to end arbitrary arrests and restore normalcy in the region.
So collaboration, I think we should be able to get rid of that issue, because the so-called charges are bribes, actually, that are being solicited by those law enforcing agencies who have gone rogue. And I think as the two countries, neither Kenya nor Uganda encourages those kind of practices of corruption, and we must deal with them jointly through the joint cooperation framework.
All right, that particular story wraps up our program here on EBN Prime Edition. It is exactly 29 minutes past the top of the hour. Many thanks of course, keeping us company until this particular minute. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Laura Omondi. My name is Martin Macharia. Do have yourself a good night, and as always, let's do this again on God's